Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the great state of Louisiana. We're kind of winding through the bottom swampy part of Louisiana today. There's something I wanted to check out, but on the way, I noticed something out of the corner of my eye driving down the road here, and I just wanted to stop and take a look at this. That is a giant, monstrous gator head. We're outside of this airboat tour company, and I don't think we have time for an airboat tour today, but dang, that is a pretty remarkable gator head. You can see his vicious teeth. Looks like he's lost some teeth over the years, but that is one mighty gator. Because this is Louisiana, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to stop and get yourself a nice, refreshing roadside daiquiri. This blue Sasquatch agrees. Look at his eyebrows. Of course, I can't ignore this massive boat just sitting here next to the building. Does anyone know what type of boat that is? That looks almost like, I don't know, it looks like a ferry boat. It would take passengers. You can see there's like a staircase, takes you all the way to the top of the boat. Dang, just look at the size of that vessel. And here we have landed in Chauvin, Louisiana, at the mysterious Chauvin Sculpture Garden. Only 3 rules here. Please don't push, pull, or climb. Now there really is some mystery to what we're about to witness. A man by the name of Kenny Hill used to live on this property, and he began creating this marvelous sculpture garden. And he wasn't doing it as a way to create a tourist attraction or something like that. In fact, he didn't want people coming and looking at it. He wouldn't let people take pictures of it. It was his private thing. It was his private expression of his religious feelings, his religious experience. And he would, over 10 years, this was created in just a 10-year span, put together this sculpture garden. I think he was a bricklayer by trade. And the county started getting onto him, not for making these sculptures, but because he wouldn't mow his yard. The county wanted him to mow his grass, and he fought with the county. And then one day, very mysteriously, Kenny disappeared. In 2000, he disappeared. He chopped the head off of the statue of Jesus here in the gardens, possibly having some sort of spiritual struggle, and has disappeared and has not been seen in 20 years. So let's head into the sculpture garden and view this amazing work of art. Now this says it is, I think, empty, and here we have a self-portrait of the artist Kenny Hill. You can see he is bleeding from the heart all the way down to his foot. It says room for rent if you are a bird. That makes sense. So entering the garden have these angels with these wrought iron wings guarding the entranceway. There's 2 more angels greeting us, both pointing downward. This right here. This angel is blue. Some of the figures have eyes, some do not. Enter into my heart. I have a bald eagle. There's a lot of angels here. Some more of the blue variety. This angel here has got a flower with a butterfly. See, this angel here is playing a harp. And here we have Kenny Hill once again. You can see he's actually listening to a conch shell, where you could put it up to your ear and hear the ocean. I remember doing that as a child, just being blown away by being able to hear the ocean sound out of the conch shell. Notice he's got a horseshoe in another hand, probably a symbol of luck. This angel's holding a lantern. You can see she's actually got bloodshot eyes and tears running down her cheeks. And again, Kenny never explained to anyone what the exact meaning of anything was. So some of it's left to our interpretation. Here we see a naked man hoisting a naked lady in one arm, a bald eagle in the other. I don't know. Something almost comically American about that. A naked lady in one arm, a bald eagle in the other. Oh wow. Look at this right here, these gates. Some more angels greeting you as you go through this gate. And you can see they're actually, again, pointing down to another emblem. This all seems very like code-like it's to be decoded. And yet another gate guarded by sword-wielding angels. These emblems see the Earth and some nondescript planet right there. Again, it looks like there's the other planet. There's a meteor. Interesting. If anyone has any theories about what's going on here, please leave a comment in the comment section. And here is Jesus Christ. Looks like they did reattach his head after Kenny severed it. So you see, yeah, Jesus Christ walking with his cross, and then behind him with his own cross is Kenny Hill. And look at this, at the end of Kenny's cross, you can see there's a chain wrapped around it, connected to this anchor right here. There's angels right here, and if you look on their heads, you'll notice something interesting. This is where you would put a light bulb, and you can see they have a ring light right there, so it would act like a glowing halo. I bet at one point that actually would glow. And down here we have these footprints. I'm guessing these were Kenny's feet. I think this is some sort of apocalyptic illusion. You have got Gabriel blowing his horn, signaling the end of the world. Now this is interesting. That's Kenny again, but you see here in the apocalypse scene, riding a pale horse. Like, what did they say? That death rides on a pale horse. And Kenny is pointing at these people, these naked people that are colored solid black. This is very, very interesting. On the rear of the horse, we have this brand. It's 4 with an X through it, so that would be like 5. Is Kenny saying he's the 5th horseman of the apocalypse? And you look at these people walking. You see the footprints in the ground. People marching. One person has fallen to the ground in sadness. So we walk over here. Oh, and look at this. We have an angel coming down, placing her hands on these people's heads. Looks as though the angel's healing these people, sending them this way. See, there's an angel flying through the sky with a baby, and then they're connected to a upside down angel. It's reaching down, grabbing this person covered in a shawl. And this path with the people being healed leads here to the one emblem that is completely blank. This angel here swooping down and grabbing this little baby crawling along the pathway. This man reaching up to this angel right here. Just look at this fascinating tableau right here. You can see the people's faces engraved into this pillar. Let's see, people have glasses, and then over here there's some, I'll say, a different style of faces. Get that bearded man right there, and then Kenny Hill laying there with an angel. The angel's pointing. What's you pointing at that other planet or celestial body. This really, I'm really trying to put this together in my head, and I don't know. Again, help me out here. What do you guys think all of this means? At the end here we have this lighthouse all strewn with figures. You can see the jazz musicians there. See the cowboy right there hanging out the side. We also have an Indian. This appears to be a waterfall coming down off the side of the lighthouse here. These two women here in the waterfall. What's this down here? There's some sort of ship. Naked individual there. The angel struggling with another naked individual. This emblem here at the base of the lighthouse appears to have Kenny's face actually imprinted in it. See the river here is kind of flooding into the sculpture, but I don't know if that may be intended, because this is like a water type scene here. You can see the alligator, the other swamp animals, and you can see this little girl here looking down into her own reflection. Let's see Kenny on top of this ring of angels releasing an eagle carrying flowers. Yeah, absolute mind-blowing piece of art here, and just trying to like wrap your brain out of all of it and what's going on, the religious implications, and how the artist puts himself into the scenes. And I think a lot of art like this may represent some sort of internal struggle, way that the artist envisions themselves. Really fascinating, and definitely would encourage anyone in the area to stop by and check this out. I feel like the other places I've been, other folk art places, as well as roadside attractions, amusement parks, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. Check the interactive map in the description. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider buying a t-shirt. Consider donating to Patreon. A $3 or more donation will get you a postcard once a month. I'm also now selling smashed pennies in my Etsy shop. All that information is in the description. But until next time, this one's in the bag.